No longer bound, no longer chained, no longer down. I'm free. I am free. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm free to be me. I'm made in His image. I'm shaped by His hand, covered by His love, redeemed by His love. I'm free. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm free to be me. Whom the Son sets free is free indeed. Oh, I'm free to be me.
Hello, ladies. Hello. Good afternoon. Come on in. Come on in. If you take time to, I don't know why it does it. Oh, because it's doing to connect up into Facebook. I'm looking at my comments that I put on here. So I'm dragging today a little bit, but I'm here and thankful to be here. As I stated earlier, as you come in, just say hey to me. I'm glad to have you join me here on Girl Stop. One of my favorite things to do is to chat it up with you guys. I had a guest that was going to be with me today, and we got our dates crossed. Yeah, probably my fault, not hers, but that's what happened. And so she should be with us either Tuesday or upcoming Thursday. I'm not sure. So I got a cap on today because today is Bad Hair Day. We got a lot going on. I want to very briefly stop in, chat with you all, update you on hey Joyce Martin, update you on what we have going on. I'm sure you see some of the flyers that are out, and also to update you as to what we'll be talking about this month, that things that are important to us as women mainly is what we talk about on here. So one of the things we're going to be going into is focusing on, as you come in, say hey to me, please say hey to me so I know you're there. One of the things that we're going to be focusing on, and again, pay me no attention. Bad Hair Day, that's when you see the hair normally, unless I'm trying to be sporty. But we're going to be focusing on relationships, as I think I mentioned it, or you should have saw it posted before, and that's relationships as far as it relates between women. We may do something as far as in men and women, but I know we're going to be focusing on women and the importance of having those relationships. And why that's important to me to discuss with you guys is because I went through hey, woman of God, I don't see the name, but hey, I'm glad you're in here with me. Because I went through a period, I'm just kind of honest about stuff. So I went through a period where, especially young and immature, that I just didn't think I really needed a lot of. I don't need a lot of women, but I just wasn't into putting a lot of effort into women being in my life, which is ironic now that this is what I do. But my thing was, sometimes we can be messy if we're going to be honest. Sometimes we can be catty if we're going to be honest. And so some of us will say, I don't need no female relationships. I have acquaintances. I don't have friends. Hey, Val. If you're in here, say hey to me, please. I don't have acquaintances. I have acquaintances. I don't have friends. And so for years, I went with that mentality is that I didn't need a lot or any for real women friends. As I came into adulthood, I got married and family became everything for me. I loved it. And for a lot of us, that's what happens. But I let go of or didn't try to. I had relationships, but they weren't like really vested friendships for me. Not to the extent that I'm talking about. But I wanted us to talk about this month how that female friendships amongst women, how that's very, very important for us. And it's like a thing that we need. We complement each other when we do it right. And so we're going to be talking about that. Not a sexual, we talking about non-romantic relationships, okay? Intimate in a way for women, but not sexual or romantic. We're just talking about having good, healthy relationships that we should have as women. And so many of us, if we're honest, have cut those relationships off. We don't have them anymore. We didn't nurture them because things happen sometimes when women get in these relationships. And so we have to learn how to nurture those and to allow them to grow. And so we're going to be talking about that. So with that being said, this month, I want you to start looking at your existing social circle, whether it be online, whether you're in different groups or whatever, have you avoiding rivalries with your sisters. We want to do that and take the initiative. I've had to over the last several months take the hey lady, somebody say hey lady, I don't know who it is, but hey, I'm glad you're here. So I've had to take the initiative over the last few months to um open myself up to be vulnerable, which is hard for us. And one of the things we offer each other as women is emotional support. I'm telling you, it's very important. So I was at a stage where I didn't think I needed it, but the more mature I became, and as I grew up, I realized that these female relationships are very, very important. We have to make time to talk to each other, make time to get to know each other, and it's vulnerable because we tell each other, we share things that could be hurtful if it's with the wrong person. So again, we always talking about, hey, Glenda Barnes. We're always talking about connecting up with the right people, and we need to do that. But I promise you, the proper connections are needed for us to have the relationships that we need between each other. So I'll be bringing women on and off this month, talking about those relationships and the importance of them to have them in our life. I want you to tune in. I want you to hear what they're saying. I want you to hear these discussions because we've so many times just checked it off as it's not something that we need. But I guarantee you that we definitely need each other. And it's different from relationship with a man, the relationship between women. Again, we're not talking about no sexual, no romantic, none of that, just normal relationships between women that we should have because we strengthen each other and we have the ability to encourage each other and motivate each other, support each other, and push each other forward. So we should be striving and reaching for that. So I'm going to be encouraging that all month long, and I want you to tune in with me. Also on Friday, the 15th, we'll be having, some of you have seen the flyer, Redlining in Relationships. That'll be a panel of a group of women talking about relationships and how they've changed over the years, how we as women, y'all, address them. Because I'm just gonna be honest, if I'm me now in this world and dating, I'm probably just ain't gonna date because there's just too much going on out here. I don't know if I know the game like that no more. Like I'm like, bro, no, I don't think we had to do all that. So our concept, our ideas, how we view things, they've changed. I think there's become a gap between us and the younger generation. And we can't teach them and we can't guide them if we don't figure out how to get through this gap. Okay. And helping them hold their standards where they should be and their motives where they should be, and understanding godliness in a relationship, understanding godliness in the marriage, understanding what he wants for us. So I want you to, if you can, make it a point to mark your calendars, you guys, and be there. Friday at 6:00, we'll be airing live here. I was trying to decide how I wanted or what app I wanted to use to do it, but you'll see it here on Woman to Woman page. You'll see it on Connect Up page. And mind you, whatever page you on, whoever's watching from your page, that's what you can see. But keep in mind, we're in different places, so different comments we'll see come from different areas. I've heard some of you asked me about, I don't see that comment. Well, you may not be on the same page as that person, so you may not see who all's watching. You can only see who's on your page. And so with that being said, on July 15th, mark your calendars at 6:00, we will have Redlining in Relationships. And for that, we're talking about how some of us have drew lines and held people hostage in certain areas based on what our opinion was or what we thought, and haven't really given them a chance to prove who they are. And for that reason, a lot of us are not even in relationships because of that. And we put our focus on a lot of other things besides our family and God, and we're going to be talking about that stuff and bringing it to the table. So mark your calendars at 6:00 Friday to tune in with us. You should have maybe seen an invite or something like that. I'm sure you've seen the yes, totally agree. I'm sure you've seen the flyer. Hopefully, if you've seen the flyer, let me know in the comment. Yes, no, maybe yes, no. I don't know. If you've seen it, let me know that. I hope you have. And sometimes I'll go in and put them in your inboxes as well to make sure that the information is out there. But I've been kind of behind on getting all my advertising. Hey, Sheila. I've been behind kind of on getting all my advertising out there this time, but we will be here. We will be live, and you'll be able to hear. Yes, indeed, one of our users, you will be able to hear what these young women. So you don't want to miss it because we're spread out. You got married women, you got divorced women, you got young married, you got single women, and so you're going to get to hear the opinion or the mindsets from the different areas, age-wise, meaning different generations. And again, our goal is to bridge that gap between us, because sometimes when I look at the young women, I'm like, what the world? But if we're not talking, we can't come to a resolution, or we can't share wisdom if we're not having a real, I'm talking about a real conversation with these young ladies. And sometimes our mindset has to change about some things too. So just kind of talking to one another. Thank you. I seen it. Kind of talking to one another, hearing one another out, understanding where we're coming from. That's what we'll be doing. Okay. So again, I'm not staying on here long. I'm hot mess today, but I wanted to make sure I jumped on to share that information. Also let you know that we will be having our discussions about relationships this month, and all of that will be as it relates to women, and we want to talk about that, and we want to be honest about that, and because that's our goal, is to help each other while we're here, right? So anyway, love you guys. You all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. I'm going to go chill today, and refresh and rejuvenate my own self. Okay. But you guys have a wonderful day. Love each one of you. God bless you. And I look forward to you all seeing the rest of the series this month, and also joining us on Friday at 6 p.m. We also have someone that's going to join us doing, I call it spoken word. So she'll be there as well. So you don't want to miss it. I think it's going to be awesome. And you want to be a part of it. So love you guys. Have a blessed and wonderful day, and talk to you later.